Hi everybody, my name is Jonathan. I'd like to welcome you to bike ride number 56. Yesterday was the fall equinox, the official start of fall, and with that I intend to be kicking off what will intend to be regular cycles around Central Park throughout autumn in order to capture the fall foliage for your enjoyment. I hope you enjoy it. Welcome aboard. Let's get going. Give me something for my microphone to sync to there. So yeah, as I mentioned today, I'm kicking off what I intend to be regular cycles this fall in Central Park. I don't know how often. It's the first time I'm doing this ever, but my intention is to do this about every 1 to 3 times a week, probably 2 times a week. We'll see. And as you can see, there's the fall transition's already begun with some minimal change. The trees, as you can see here, are giving a tinge of yellow, and there are some trees around the park that definitely losing their leaves, like the right there on the left, and that one's getting a lot of yellow right there. So yeah, as far as I know, this is unprecedented, and I don't think anyone's done this. This is I'm doing this with just regular old consumer 360 cameras. I did some experimenting with some professional cameras. They definitely actually look better, but the problem is that it was just taking way too long to stitch together to do this on a regular basis with my limited resources, which is only myself. So if it's something that gains any traction at all and people enjoy this, then maybe the next time around, say come in the spring, I do it again with that, with a better video quality, and hire someone to help me do the more time-consuming things like stitching together the 6 video recordings together that go every direction on the bigger camera, which also allows it to be stereoscopic, meaning it's 3D, you get at least 2 eyes pointing every direction. You gotta requires you to stitch it and stabilize it, and in some parts you have to manually fix the tilt of the video. For example, at the very beginning of my video where I'm giving the introduction, the camera's leaning sideways while my bike's on the kickstand, and then it's upright, and that actually has to be manually corrected with the professional camera, unfortunately. All those little things add up, and I realize it's just not feasible at this point in time to work with that camera. But I've gained a lot of experience actually doing this. Despite not uploading it, I've learned a lot about video production for the first time in my life, and if you'll see in the first episode, the microphone quality was awful. See, that's much improved. I've learned video editing, the entire video production pipeline. I'm still a neophyte, but I also know that I will improve and get better. And that's part of the journey, and it's fun to be doing this. My rationale in doing this is in part that I do this anyway, so even if nothing comes of it, might as well give it a shot. Since this is how I'm spending my time anyway, so it doesn't really hurt either way. And my priorities in life are my health, number one, and these aren't necessarily in order. 2, my finances. 3, my relationship with my girlfriend. And 4, gaining more agency over my own life, which is one of the key things that brings about happiness in life, just having control over your own life to the extent possible. And that's partly why I'm an entrepreneur. And this is part of that. So this gives me the possibility anyway, it may not happen, but the possibility of finding some fulfillment that is the nexus of all of those things. Maybe it could be something that I make money on with my finances. It'll help my health. I will, if that occurs, I would have a lot of agency over my life, and hopefully that would help out my relationship. And maybe deliver more interesting videos and do interesting things. We'll see. So, there's a lot you can do with this 360 format that you couldn't do previously, which represents new opportunities. Yeah, see on the left, definitely see some fall foliage already kicking in. I expect it will reach its peak in late October, a little over a month from now. About a month from now, yeah. And I don't know how much I'll be talking these videos. This one I'm talking a lot because it's kind of an update video. And others I may not be talking hardly at all, like the last one. I'm just experimenting, and with that said, I would appreciate your feedback, any constructive criticism, ideas, pointers, resources that you may be able to lend me. I know there's a lot of ways I can improve. I'm well aware of many of them. I'm just taking it one step at a time and starting somewhere. So it's a journey for me, and you're quite literally and figuratively along for the ride. So should be fun. So, you know, now with that spirit in mind, something I got to figure out now is, how do I promote this? How do I get this out there? Something I could use help with. Do you have any ideas? I'm experimenting with Google Ads right now. Don't know if that's going to work. I also intended to promote this on Reddit, but after doing some research, I realized that Reddit, as you might have expected, and I suspected as well, they don't want you being a YouTuber, posting on Reddit. They want you to be basically a Redditor that happens to have a YouTube account. And by that, their definition is only about 1/10 of your post should be promoting yourself in some way. So, not sure what to do there. I'm not very active on Reddit, although I do read posts there occasionally. Maybe I could use some help with that, if that's your cup of tea. If you're very active, basically I need a social media manager. So, with that in mind, I just finished reading this fantastic book called Slicing Pie. It really tells you how to fairly and equitably slice up equity in your startup in a very straightforward, dynamic manner. So, if I can't afford to pay you or pay you a full rate, or maybe you don't want to be paid, you want to have equity in this venture of mine, whatever percentage you don't get paid that you would have gotten paid goes into your equity. So, reach out to me if you're interested. I could definitely use help in many areas. And it's a book I highly recommend you read. I forgot who it's by for the name. Michael Moyer, I think. Slicing Pie. It's probably one of the best short books I've ever read. I wish I read it way earlier. I always struggle with that problem. Like, how do you slice something up like that when you don't know who you're working with is going to perform? But then waiting to make those agreements is bad too. And he addresses that in the book too. They both are bad. And he has a very nice way of doing it where basically your time is your input, and what your theoretical pay would have been, derive a theoretical value, not an actual value, because when you're a startup you haven't achieved a business model that has a reliable revenue stream yet. But once you get there, that's kind of when you lock things in. You give those early founders a recalibrated value for putting in that extra risk, and then subsequent people follow the same model, but they just don't get, like, say, the 3x multiple that the early people did. So, if you'd like to sign up that, reach out to me. It also makes it easy. You just point people towards the book and say, look, here's how it works. If something we're doing is not consistent with that, raise it. We can discuss and fix it. So it alleviates lots of trust issues and fears associated with going into a startup or a new venture like this. Right here is the steepest incline and longest and central part. I'll be breathing hard here. The last video was bike ride number 54. This is 56. 55 was yesterday. I decided not to post that for two reasons. One, the video quality wasn't very good. I did it too late in the day and it was too dark and cloudy. Actually, three reasons. The second reason is I was a bit tired. I didn't sleep well all night before. The third reason, slips my mind at the moment. Oh yes, I was just, it was too late in the day. Didn't really have a chance to, I didn't post it, so I figured I'll just redo it since the video quality wasn't very good. And I didn't really talk in that one, so I didn't have to really redo anything. I always record even if I'm not intending to post, just because something interesting might happen. Like a bird smacking me in the face, which I intend to post to promote this once I get around to it. I mean, it literally flew into my face. I don't know why. And since the last video, about 2 videos ago when it was summer, I've gone on vacation to Edinburgh, Scotland. Went and saw the Jupiter Artland there and went hiking. In search of Highland cows. And also went to Hawaii. Went hiking there as well, including one solo hike, which I hope to and intend to post eventually. It's very soothing. Also went snorkeling in Edinburgh Bay, which I may post if the footage is good enough, which was fun. Since my older brother's passing this summer, I've been traveling homeward to be with my family, especially my parents, help comfort them and fill that void in their heart the best I can. So, been getting my life together in the meantime, and traveling home. So I stopped posting videos. It was a good quiet time for me to focus on mundane but important things I had to do, like my taxes, so that I could free up my fall schedule to do this, get my finances in order. I have a relatively clean slate going ahead, and yeah, I filed a tax extension this year. I do most years. So we'll see, that may become a routine of mine as well, a yearly routine where I take some time off every summer to travel. Same for the winter. Maybe I do this in the fall and spring. Maybe other things as well. We'll see. The other thing I'm exploring doing is a censorship circumvention startup. I think that's a big opportunity there, and I have a very simple idea, almost naively simple idea that we can start with and build up sophistication to help the billions of people in the world that suffer from internet censorship in places like China and Russia and Venezuela, Iran, Sudan, and many other places where chat apps and other things are blocked. So basically allowing people to access centralized services using a secret sauce method that I stumbled into. So, and the critical value proposition is that it doesn't actually require you as a user to do anything at all. It's just seamless, which is important because in practice 99% of people don't bother installing a VPN or a Tor bridge or anything like that. Rather, it just works. So that's why I'm very bullish on the idea. We do devoting so much time to that, or finding others to help me execute that. Let me know if that interests you and how you think it out. Same formula, plus. To the Upper West Side. Good place to stop. All right, so what was that time? 25 minutes, 32 seconds, average speed of 15.7 miles per hour, distance of 6.6 miles. All right, so. All right guys, so enjoyed that. Really appreciate it if you would like and subscribe and hit that bell icon for when you're notified of future videos that I do like this. Two main ways you can really help me out here that I sincerely appreciate. One, if you could share with others who may be interested as well. And two, if you're interested in buying any of the video equipment that I'm using, like the 1X camera, 360 camera, or the microphone I have hidden under here. Forgot to pull it up right. It's all stuff I chose for my own use, carefully selected it. I'd really appreciate if you leave the links in the description below. That helps support my channel. Really, really appreciate that. And yeah, I think that's everything. So just said I hope to do this once to 3 times a week, probably 2 times a week, and hope you enjoy. So see you guys in the next one. Bye.